Well, certainly quite a very important session. It's the last day for this 3-day gathering where a lot of issues really have just been brought to the fore in as far as the use of digital media, but also the element of social media. So this is all done in making sure that the quality of the elections in the African continent really just represent the true reflection of the electorate. But just to get some reflections, we're joined here by the chairperson of the IEC, Mr. Moepya. Thank you so much indeed, sir. Once again, sir, it's the last day here. I would imagine that you've had time to look at all these critical issues in terms of the use of digital space, but also in terms of making sure that the quality of the elections represent the will of the people.
Absolutely. Today you can't talk about the will of the people without looking at the environment within which that will is exercised. It is currently being exercised with the pervasive use of digital and social media. And in that respect, you certainly, as an electoral management body, need to give yourself time and opportunity to appreciate and understand those who use this, how they use them, and how you can enhance their use for elections. That's what this session has been about. We know social media has been around for a while, but many of our institutions, electoral management bodies in particular, have not been able to engage to that extent. That's why you find that in some jurisdictions, the internet proverbially is shut down over electoral period. That is the phenomenon we are addressing. The fear for media that will go wild, as others would say. We are sitting here with all of the partners, the social media platforms, the development agencies in electoral work, yourselves in the media space, and all of us, political parties and civil society organizations, to deal with this phenomenon. This particular meeting is no longer talking theory. It's talking about how we can deal with this in every one of our countries that are having elections in this year and early parts of next year. And we are sitting together to offer support to one another, and because we know that we are at different or varying levels of preparedness, to see how we can help one another to at least adopt some of these guidelines, even in our upcoming elections, and to help others that will be following after us to learn from our own experiences. That's why we're here today.
Fantastic, Chair. And I would imagine, you talk to the youngsters, they say, can we see, like, for example, TikTok really having, the political parties having the manifestos, like in 10 seconds, 50 seconds, incredibly tough thing to do. But I would imagine, it's part of the innovation, is part of really just making sure that you use these platforms to the best of your abilities. So will that be like an advice that you have for all the political actors, whether civil society or any other players, in terms of making sure that they seize this particular opportunity?
Absolutely. In our own country, as you would know, we have now tried this over 2 elections, in 2019, in 2021. We are certainly going to be doing this, but we will have some of the EMBs in here, and many others beyond those that we have here, coming to engage in our elections, to observe in some parts, to benchmark in others. And this would be an opportunity we also let open for them to see what we do. We're not saying we're doing the right thing, but they will engage with all of the stakeholders, the political parties you're talking about, organized civil society, organized youth groupings, the social media platforms themselves, who are here, but who will intensively be working with us or alongside us in these elections. We are excited because when elections in parts of the world are good and they are not said to be good in other parts of the world, we must all, stop and think, why is it not possible for all of us to do well. After all, we are all Africans.